I want to show you something that I spotted in my Twitter feed, and it caught my eye because, very simple, look at this. A mom showing a picture of her daughter. She's dreamed of one day attending Harvard, but tonight she says, "Mom, I know you're from Nova Scotia, and I know you work for the police, so I'd like to donate my Harvard savings to the officer's family." Tears. Heart is full. Mine was too as I read that, and I knew there was a story to share and two wonderful people to tell us. So, Sherry Greeno-Parry, mom, who is mom but also works officially for the Waterloo Regional Police, but we're not talking in an official capacity. We're talking mom to 12-year-old Ava at home in Kitchener. What a pleasure to welcome you both. Hi, Sherry. Hello, Ava.
Hi,
Thanks for being here. Just lovely to meet you. Ava, how much money had you saved up?
$82.
$82. And what did you plan to go? You planned to go to Harvard? Your mom tweeted about that? Tell me about that.
I always wanted to go to Harvard because it's a really good school and I really like coding, so I wanted to take computer science.
And you were putting together your money to go there and do that. Good for you. And then, Sherry, what happened to change that?
I think it was during the day we had talked to my mom, and we still have a lot of family and friends in Nova Scotia. We were talking to my mom about everything that had unfolded, and we explained to the kids what had happened. And I think it kind of hit them emotionally, as it did so many people across the country. And then Ava just came to me with her Harvard box and said, "I want to give this to the police officer's family."
And your heart just burst with pride. I can only imagine, Ava, Sherry, at that. So yeah, I must have. You're obviously doing something right. But Ava, as your mom was telling you about this, it's a hard conversation to have and hard for somebody your age to hear. What were you thinking about, and what made you change your mind about what to do with your money?
Well, my nanny lives there, and if she got shot or like if something happened to her, I would have wanted someone to donate money to her.
Wow. You're learning some really good lessons, I think, Ava. So the money you're going to donate to Constable Stevenson's family, is that the plan, Sherry?
Yes, we already donated it, and we matched it. And fortunately, because I posted it, there were a few people, I don't know who they are, just people from across the country have stepped up and matched it. So it's kind of a nice thing that came out of this, I think.
It really is. Ava, I'm going to ask your mom a couple of other questions, okay? Just as standing by, again, as somebody not representing the force, but somebody who is in policing. The conversation of telling a child about what has unfolded in Nova Scotia obviously did, and you did effectively, based on how Ava responded. But how would you suggest for parents watching that they have that conversation?
You're right. It's not an easy one to have, especially when you still have family and friends there. Luckily, we were able to talk to my mom, and she was able to reassure the kids that she was okay. I don't think it's something that you know how to do, how you know how to talk to your children about. But I think, in my mind, you just have to be honest and let them know what's going on in the world, and this is what happened, and just be as honest as you possibly can.
That's sound. Thank you. The suspect in this, one of the things that's so puzzling about it, Sherry, is that he was wearing a real RCMP officer and he was driving a fake police cruiser, and that's a big factor in the investigation. It's puzzling to somebody like me and to those watching, but for you, somebody who is in policing, it must be such an affront. How do you process that, or how do you see it?
Well, I don't know all the circumstances. That would definitely be up to the RCMP to speak about. I just, working in policing, I'm very fortunate to be able to do that. And I think with Ava, we just see all the good things that the police officers do every day, especially with the Waterloo Regional Police Service. And so I think to her, that kind of played a part in why she decided she wanted to donate the money. She's helped fundraisers before and raised money for people, and we've posted that. But this one seems to have resonated with people, and I'm not exactly sure why, but I think from all the comments we received, I just think people are saying that they need a reason to smile, maybe at a time when that might not be so easy to do.
Yeah, indeed. Ava, I promise I'm going to come back to you with another question, but I have one more for your mom right now, and it is because you're right, people can't smile, and you heard the piper I just played to introduce both of you, because there won't be any pipes and because there won't be any big regimental funeral, which you might very well, under other circumstances, Sherry, be going to. And I've covered those, and I've heard from officers how important it is for police people to come together, solidarity, support, buoy each other's spirits. What are you missing by not being able to come together to grieve Constable Stevenson in that way?
Well, it's certainly a different time. I think a lot of services are looking for different ways that they can come together and mourn her and show their support for the RCMP in Nova Scotia. I know our police chief has reached out. I know that officers will find a way to come together to show their support. It'll just look a little different, I think.
Different way. Ava, as your mom just said, you know, there's been such a terribly sad story in Nova Scotia, and you have done something really beautiful and given people reason to smile. How does it feel to make us all feel a little bit better?
It feels good because, we can't really do anything right now, or play with friends, or go to the park. So, if everyone's bored and at home, and then they feel good because I did something, it feels good.
It surely does. You know, I was talking to a girl yesterday who was telling me that she met an RCMP, well, she met Constable Stevenson once, and when she met her, she thought she was a superhero. That was what a little girl thought Constable Stevenson was. That police officer was a superhero. Your mom's in policing too, and I'm wondering whether you think she's a superhero or wondering what you think of police officers like your mom.
I think that police officers are superheroes because they save people, and in all the superhero comics, they always save people, and they save us from the guy that was shooting a bunch of people. Even though she died, she still saved us from it.
And that's what we need to keep in mind, or one of the things we need to keep in mind. Sherry, you have a very special daughter, and methinks she's going to end up in Harvard anyway. Even if she's behind $82, she's got to make that up again. What a pleasure to meet you both.
So. Yeah.
And thank you for that beautiful, uplifting story, because you said in these sad times we need something like this. So thank you both. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Ava.
Thank you, Heather.
Pleasure to have you on.